Unhinged, unhinged, unhinged. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Nice, beautiful day in H-Town, Texas, Houston, Texas, for those who don't know that, but that is. We are live and in effect out here downtown, right by 59. Beautiful weather. It's better today than it was yesterday. I am your host, Insane, and today we have in the lab special all the way out from Atlanta, ATL, my homegirl Remedy. How you doing, Ma?
Actually, Orlando, not Atlanta.
Oh, well, hey, that's what's up. Orlando, that's even better.
Orlando, Florida.
Oh, okay, that's even better. See, I got to get on my shit, man, but it's all good. It's all good. I don't mind getting checked on the right stuff. So how's it going?
Everything is great.
Yeah?
Speaking with you guys, so I'm just interested in seeing how this interview goes.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting interview. That's kind of what we do over here at Unhinged. Hell, at Local Live, everything's interesting. We try to keep it as interesting as possible. So, what's the weather like out there? You know, for those who are not able to go to Florida right now, like, man, what's the weather like out there? Give us a small description.
It hasn't been that great lately, but I mean, for the most part, it's still kind of warm.
That's all right.
Some cold weather at the moment, but you know, it'll hopefully be warm again in a few days.
It warmed up over here. Now, you know, they say, people are like, oh, you know, when you don't have nothing to talk about, you talk about the weather, right? Well, that's how we start off with the weather today.
Oh.
All right.
Okay.
So Remedy, are you from Orlando?
Yes.
Yeah, born and raised?
Raised, not born and raised, but raised, so I might as well be from here.
Okay, all right.
Oh, yeah.
And how long have you been out there, if you don't mind me asking, for the people who want to know?
Since I was, 3, 4.
Okay, all right, that's long enough. We don't need to
Yeah.
put no exact dates on anything like that, right?
Yeah, I mean, my whole life, basically. I don't really, I was born in New York, but do you really count it if you left before you even started school? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, it's all a state of mind, ultimately. Yeah. So, Remedy, where'd that name come from?
I actually named myself. It was basically the result of me wanting a name that I felt described me and who I was. So, Remedy, the franchise, is basically someone who is honest with themselves and wants to create their own everything, be their own movement. So that's pretty much what my name entails.
Okay, right on. I heard some of your music today, and it definitely has Remedy written all over it. I can definitely understand what's going on with that. You still have the lady, you know, her personality and stuff like that through your lyrics, but at the same time, you can hear the, hey, I'm a badass too. Like, don't get it twisted. I am the remedy for everything that you need. Right on. Yeah. So when did you first start, doing music? Like, when did you first start wanting to get started in the game? Like,
as far as me really wanting to do music, that pretty much started around my teenage years. I was always around it though because, my grandfather was a superintendent. So, we were always in church. And, so my family just always was around music and the choir and doing things like that. But as far as the hip-hop scene is concerned, I was growing up around it, but as far as me wanting to be an artist, that didn't really start until later.
Okay.
So it was just one of those things where, I had grew up watching videos and, listening to some of the people that I consider to be the greats in the hip-hop history and,
Name us one or two just off the top of the head, some of the greats that when you were growing up, you're like, wow.
Elliott.
I'm sorry?
Tupac and Missy Elliott.
Oh, okay. Super
Those are
greats.
my favorite. So, yeah, I mean, just people like them, you know, they were doing their thing, and I was, you know, real young. But it was always something that I always thought was, you know, I was kind of amazed by it as far as their approach to the game, and it was something that I decided I wanted to do later. I was always a writer, but I never wanted to be an artist like that until later. Then I was
Okay.
like, you know what, I'm gonna try it.
So, what type of things did you write before you started writing lyrics?
It was just poetry. You know, I was really into poetry, and outside of poetry, I also used to like to write short stories and things like that. That was basically it. I didn't really get into, you know, writing lyrics until I was about 13. So that's pretty much when all of this started.
Okay, right on. Wow, so poetry and stuff like that. Were you in like a lot of I don't want to say spoken word kind of thing. You know, poetry readings and stuff at school. Did they have a lot of that stuff when you were doing that stuff?
Not necessarily, but you know, whenever we had a class that was available that involved creative writing, I was in it.
Okay, okay, that's what's up.
Pretty much.
So here's
But,
a
yeah.
question. I don't know if here of course all of these are going to be questions, of course, but have you taken like are there any of the songs that you have now that were once one of your poems? Have you done that yet? Have you taken one of your
I don't think I've done it on purpose. Like, um, it's been so long since I've actually sat down and written a poem because now, for the most part, I just write a song straight up.
Okay.
Um, but I do recall on more than one occasion writing a song and then going back and reading an old poem and then being like, wow, you know, this is kind of similar. So I haven't done it on purpose, but I'm sure there are probably a few old pieces that have resurfaced just on accident.
Okay. All right. That's what's up. That's what's up. So, I mean, you said it's when you haven't tried to write a poem in a while, and I'm going to tap into that because I've had a couple people that are on the show that have been poets, and I never asked this question before. You said that it would be different trying to write a poem. What's the difference? Like, I mean, I know, of course, a verse as myself being a rapper myself. I know that you have to make the story fit and rhyme at the same time. What's the difference between a poem? I mean, in comparison to a verse?
I think questions like that might depend on who you ask. But for me, the difference personally is that I tend to be way more complicated in my poetry to the point where it might not really be easy to understand.
Okay.
Because the metaphors and the whole content of it might be way too complex for a person to get it. When I'm writing a song, I don't really
You get to the point.
as complex. Yeah, it's more to the point, more clear cut. You know, especially when you write a hook, you don't ever want to write something that's too hard to remember because then that's going to make the song suffer just because people, you know, they remember what's memorable. A complicated song is hard to remember because you might not remember what I said. You might remember something that you understood, but you might not exactly remember what I say. So when I write songs, I tend to be more leaning towards making it memorable. When I write poems, I don't really care if you remember what I said word for word.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting. I never really heard it in that line of, of speaking. because I like to, I've just listening to different poems and stuff like that. I know that it can definitely it can be talking about one thing if you're just sitting there, like scratching the surface and listening to it. But 9 times out of 10, I mean, it's like deeper than the surface from,
Yeah.
like from what it really is. And I have a friend that I deal with a lot. He is, he does music with me, and he says the same thing about hooks. Like, oh, it's got to be catchy. It's got to be a catchy hook. It's got to be a catchy hook. And
Mhm.
before I kind of got into it, I used to always think, well, who cares about the hook? I'm trying to get my message out. But ultimately, honestly, it really is about the hook. 50 Cent proved that. So he definitely
Yeah,
proved
I
it's
mean,
all
you
about
got
the
to
hook.
think about it. The songs that are the hits are the songs that people can remember. You hear it a couple times, you're able to repeat it. Poems they're great. I love them for the artistic value, but the reality of it is it's very hard to understand it and remember what was being said. So,
Okay. So we know that you were born in New York, but you were raised in Orlando.
yeah.
What was it like out there in Orlando growing up? Because I mean, I've heard some stories like, oh, it's not as cracked up as they want to show you on TV, and maybe you can shed some light on.
Yeah, but isn't that every place?
You know what? You're right. You're right. Nowadays too.
I,
You're right. Definitely.
I mean, I think every place has, you know, earned their own personal stereotypes, and people who aren't from there, you're going to hear things that people who live there are, they know they're not true. Like, for instance, I know people always used to ask me, you go to Disney World every day, and it's like, Disney is like so far from my house. Like, and people who live here is like, to us, Disney World is like its own city almost. Like, we don't really look at that as that's Orlando. Like, that's a tourist area. That's where tourists go. It's not the city though. Like, it's the media likes to portray it as, Orlando, home of the theme parks, blah 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 blah.
Right. Right.
But it's like, don't nobody live over there but tourists. Like, I mean, no one's there really like that. So it's a lot of things that you're not going to hear about because it's a tourist city. They're going to try to downplay it. But I remember having a friend, and she's a rapper as well, and she came down here to visit me, and we did some work. And when she first got here, she was like, she was staying in the tourist area, and she was just like saying, she asked me, did we have any hoods? And I was like, do we have any hoods? Like, you guys really are.
There's a hood everywhere.
Yeah,
Well,
like,
you'd
you
be
guys
surprised
really
though. I mean,
are.
like it's the TV and what they show on. The media has so much of a hold on what we see and things like that, man. Like it's actually not a bad question to ask someone who's actually there. Like, hey, man, is it
Yeah.
really like that? And like they show you on TV or on the internet. Of course, you believe
Yeah.
half of what you see on that kind of stuff, anyways. But so is it?
It's just something that made me laugh because I'm like, they really make people think that this is Disney World, and it's like Disney literally is like off in its own place. Like, we have a pretty high crime rate. It's pretty it's up there with other places. I just feel like that, but
That's what's up. Yeah.
it's just like any other city to me.
I mean, when it's all said and
Got the
done,
good
right?
and you got the bad.
Okay, all right.
Huh?
So we're gonna tap into this as a kid. Okay, you said when you were a young lady, you listened to Missy Elliott and Tupac. Like that's an interesting combination. Like, what parts of each one did you say that you admired the most? Let's
Well,
go with
Pop.
yeah.
Okay. Pop. The main thing that intrigued me with him is the his poetic ability. Um, to me, he wasn't just a rapper. He was literally a poet
Yeah.
that decided to rap. And me starting out on poetry, that kind of did it for me anyway. But it's just his whole approach was more of a poetic approach, and that's something that I liked about him. And then on top of it, his aggression and everything was something else that I always liked because I'm aggressive.
Yeah, and we're gonna tap into some of that aggressive, awesome music. We got plenty. We have enough tracks to let people understand where you're coming from. But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
Yeah.
off. But yeah,
No, it's fine. But yeah, so that's something that intrigued me with him. And Missy was just her creativity as far as not falling victim to the stereotype that rappers are supposed to look and act this
you're
way.
right.
Like, she just did what came natural to her, and that was being creative and being out of the box and being crazy and just not caring about fitting into this box. And that's basically the thing that I loved about her, because she just came in the game and it was like,
Whoa, yeah. Who is
I
this
can't
person?
stand the rain.
Yes, the video was amazing. Amazing video.
I'm in a garbage bag. I mean, come on.
Yeah. That was.
And you made it dope. I mean, who else could have did that? That's misdemeanor right there. I mean,
You're
that's
very
what I
right
love
about that.
it.
Yeah, Missy. Actually, I agree with you on that one because they changed the pace on how beats were made, like how tracks were
Yeah.
composed for hip hop, how a video was done. Like, you're right about that. After I Can't Stand the Rain, people were like, okay, I got to step my game up. She made people change their whole fucking fashion. Like, yeah, I agree with you on. They
Yeah.
made some Up Jump the Boogie. I mean, they made some slamming music.
Yeah, and Timbaland is one of my favorite producers, so it's kind of like I can't not like her to that degree because, number one, like I said, I like her as an artist, period, and then you have my favorite producer basically producing your music, so it's
Yeah,
like,
that's nice. Now, what do you think a track with Tupac and Missy Elliott produced by Timbaland would be?
Oh my God.
Yeah. I'm thinking of that too. Yeah.
Oh man, I don't even know, but I think it would be interesting to say the least.
Do you think that you remember when something breaking would happen, like when for instance, Michael Jackson, whenever he would do a video or anything, if Michael Jackson took a picture, MTV would stop everything that they did and it'd be like, bam, this just said exclusive. Michael Jackson just took a picture or some shit like that. Do you think that something like that could possibly have, like, if Tupac and Missy Elliott and Timbaland did a track together and be like one of those, hey, we got to post this and let people see this right now kind of things?
I definitely think so. I mean, his hologram stopped everything dead in his track, so why wouldn't the two songs? I mean,
oh man,
I'm just saying. I mean,
let's tap into this hologram, man. What do you think about? How do you think about that? Do you think that would change the face of do you think Elvis should have a hologram now because Tupac came out with one?
I mean, just because one person did it, I don't think that doesn't mean that everyone else should do it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I thought it was dope because, didn't expect that.
Yeah.
When it happened, it caught me off guard, but I just don't know if it would have the same effect now that somebody else has done it. It's kind of like a copycat.
Yeah.
Now, like, okay, they did it, a whole performance with it, and it was dope. Everybody was, tripping off of it, but like, okay, now we've seen that. already. So
Yeah.
I
Moving on. Can you bring him back from the dead now? That's gonna be the next move right there. Can we get some resurrection going on here? Because we already seen his hologram. You know, they were talking about taking that on tour because it was such a success. It went viral and everything. Like they were talking about taking it on tour. How do you think that would have happened? You know, me personally, I would have went to a Tupac hologram show. I'm not gonna lie. I would have paid 50 for it. Just
Yeah,
because.
I think I would have liked to see it in person.
Yeah.
Because I saw it on the video and it was still crazy to me, but I don't know. I guess I'm just saying because I'm kind of one of those people, like, if I see it, I want to see it when it first happens. Like,
Yeah, that's respect.
that's just a personal issue of mine. Like, once I've seen it, it kind of takes away the oomph
The
factor,
flair,
like
yeah.
the wow, like, oh, you guys really did that. Like, because it did seem real the whole way that they set it up. I mean, with him talking to Snoop and Dre on the stage, like, it was just
Yeah.
a real cool setup. Like, it wasn't just like, oh, they just had him projected on the stage and just was like, oh,
Right.
it's interactive. Like, so I would have liked to have been there when it actually happened, even though I probably would have been spooked. But
Yeah. That's
still,
kind of where I was thinking about too. Like, I probably would have been like, "What the fuck? Is this real?" Yeah, definitely.
yeah.
Well, okay. Now here's another question. Would you have liked to open or perform on the same stage as a Tupac hologram?
That's a hologram.
You know, like how would you feel about that? Like if you had to open Remedy the franchise and such insane and you know, we'll pick somebody, I don't know, Freddie Guatemala and Tupac's hologram.
I don't know. I mean, obviously it's not going to be anything like the real thing, but you know, I love Pac so much that I probably would.
Yeah, that's like an honor. Even though he's
just
that's
to
more of
see
an honor
it.
now.
Yeah, just to see it and see how it would have been
Yeah,
had
buddy.
that opportunity ever presented itself, how it might have been, and I don't know. That I probably get emotional on stage just because like I said, that's one of my favorite artists, and that was always something that I wanted to do. It just seems like everyone that I really was dying to work with ended up dying, unfortunately. But
Wow, that's interesting. Wow. Well, who else have you thought about working with that's no longer with us?
Left Eye.
Wow. Yeah, that's interesting. Do you mind if I use that on future shows? That's a really good question to ask somebody, man. Like, have you had anybody that you would have liked to work with that's no longer here anymore? Thank you, Remedy. That's appreciative. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So was it just all hip hop that you listened to? Did you listen to anything else growing up?
No, I really loved Michael Jackson as well. He's probably the most influential overall as far as the way I approach my work
Okay.
is concerned. But as far as like all the music I listen to, I mean, I listen to everything. I mean, hip hop, R&B, gospel, reggae. The first tape I actually owned was a reggae.
Really?
Yeah, and you know, I mean, rock, some country, you know, the dance hall. I listen to it all.
Okay.
I don't have any restrictions. So yeah.
Good, man. That's a good thing because I mean, you really can't ultimately consider yourself as an artist, you know, if you're not listening to all kind of music, or you can't call yourself a painter if you don't, you know, if you can't just, you know, I'm looking at just Picasso. Well, you got to look at the kids' paintings too, and the splatter on the wall and shit like that, because that's still art. So I mean, all art is art. You know.
Exactly.
So let me ask you, how long have you been? When did you start actually taking it up and saying like, all right, you know what? I'm tired of watching these videos. I'm tired of listening to these fucking songs. I need to go ahead and do something. I'm ready for, it's my time. When did you, how old were you? Not really how old were you, but when did that start for you?
Like I said, I started doing, experimenting with the rap thing when I was 13. But when I finally said, okay, I'm really, really gonna go after this, that actually started probably, we can say 4 years at this point. 4 years ago when I was 16 going on 17. And it was just, I had been playing with it.
Okay.
It's something that I like to do, and people appreciated what I did. I had a MySpace page, and I had my music up there, and we used to just play around with it. I was still trying to find myself, and then started getting older, and that's when I really said, okay, I can really do this.
Yeah.
Because I was nominated for the Orlando Hip Hop Awards, and I wasn't even 18 yet.
Nice.
And
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
But I was young, like real young, and I wasn't even really taking it that serious at that point. So when I saw that, that's when it clicked, like, okay, maybe you got something here.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. If people are, yeah, dude. If you getting it like that before you even made 18, just get it in. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So that's pretty much when that clicked for me.
All right. And so, what was now? How many? For those who don't know, how many albums do you have cracking right now?
No albums yet, but I'm working on one.
Okay.
And that's exclusive information because I haven't really made an official announcement about it. But I have completed 3 mixtapes in the past. The latest one, which is called Changing Faces, you can Google it and download it. But that was the last mixtape that I put out. And to me, that's really the only one that I really count.
Okay.
Because it's the one that I actually pushed.
Okay.
So,
I'm checking out your Twitter feed right now, and like, I don't usually do this. I'm just doing like random. This is what I do on my show, random shit. And so here's one that I just want to throw out there. 21 hours ago, it says, "Business is business. I will say it again and again, point blank. I refuse to deal with people who ain't about it." That's what I'm talking about. So just let you know, and everybody else, I'm going to retweet that right here live on Local Live on Unhinged Radio. We're going to retweet some of your tweets, damn it.
Go right ahead.
So there's a video, "Don't Test Me."
Yes.
Okay, what's that about right there?
It's about what you just said.
Oh, okay, the one I just retweeted.
Funny enough, but yeah, I mean that song pretty much is about people not, because I always say whenever you deal with somebody on a business level, you should do your research on them.
Yeah.
And kind of have an idea of who you're talking to, like, because it's so easy to say something that might rub a person the wrong way.
That's true.
Because you don't know who you're talking to, and it's like, I've had situations, and there's a lot of people who can agree with me on this. You have people come up to you, and they'll start talking to you like you haven't done anything.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, just because I'm not in here in this place, wherever we're at, just because I'm not in here, going around broadcasting it loudly for everyone to understand, okay, I'm a rapper and I've done this and I've done that, doesn't mean that I haven't done it.
Right, right.
Because I'm one of those people, I don't really talk a lot.
Okay.
You know, I listen more than I talk. And some people think that just because I don't talk a lot, that means that I'm ignorant, and it doesn't. It's just I don't feel a need to, you know, go on and on about myself for no reason. Like, we're on the interview, obviously I'm going to talk.
Yeah. But you still have your boundaries on the interview too. It's like there's still some questions somebody ask you. Like, wait, no, I'm hold on now.
Yeah, it was like, you know, I'm talking to you. We're on the interview. You know, I'm answering questions that you're asking me, but you're not gonna. I'm not the type of person that's gonna run up on somebody and be like, "Well, you know, my name is Remy Franchise, and I was nominated for this, that, and the other, and I have this many views and all this other." Like, I don't do stuff like that. So a person really might not end up knowing how deep I've gone into what I'm doing just off seeing me on site, because I don't feel the need to do it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, when you're looking at your picture and stuff like that, definitely. Even seeing your video, I'm like, wow. Like, there's a lot of passion coming from such a little lady. I'm a big dude, so everybody's small to me, unless they're my size and up. So, yeah. So, speaking of, we got 3 more minutes before we tap into some of your music, which I'm excited for the world to listen to. Ask another question real quick before we jump into this. When do you think is a good time for an artist to demand compensation for what they do?
Oh man, are you? You know, that's a question that's kind of really subjective in my opinion, because it all depends. I think it depends on when you get to a point where you can say, I have a fan base that's willing to come see me when I'm doing stuff, and I have a following. I think that's when stuff needs to change into that mode.
Okay.
Because people will tell you, oh, when you're doing X amount of years, but really the years have nothing to do with it. If you don't have fans, I don't know how you can ask for compensation for anything.
I heard that.
So
that's respect.
I mean, if you want a promoter to book you for a show, but you can't guarantee that people are going to come see you, I mean, how can you really demand to be paid?
That's respect. I can dig that. It's it's good to know your opinion on that too. A lot of artists, like I've just now feeling like after 2 years, like I feel like I put in enough work to where I'm like, you know what, I'm not doing this shit for free no more. But when I first started, it wasn't like, and I've I'm not to say that I haven't had a lot of people come to my shows. I've had people come to my shows, but I still was like, hey, I haven't put in enough work. You gotta put in the work before you really start demanding.
Yeah, and it has to be a consistent thing. It has to be a consistent thing as well, because I've seen plenty of people who are like trying to do that, but it's like, you do something and you toss something out there, but you're not on the grind like that consistently. That's something else that kind of makes me be like, okay, you kind of tripping.
Yeah. Respect.
You're not even showing that you're serious about this.
I know a few people like that.
I mean, it's just the reality of it. I mean, people don't want to do business with people that are hot and cold.
I can respect that. That makes a lot of sense. You don't know if they're gonna, you can't invest too much energy into or anything real tangible into someone like that, because you don't know if they're going to cut out on you or not.
Yeah,
Or are they gonna
you're
leave you
you're here
hanging?
today and gone tomorrow.
Well, that's okay. I mean, you know, and of course we need those. We need that. It has to have that in order to be well balanced. You need people like that, and so people like ourselves can keep going and push and push and push. You know.
Mhm.
All right. So speaking of pushing, we're gonna push one of these songs. You gave me 8 wonderful songs for the world to hear. Now, which song do you want people to hear right now? Which one are you pushing the hardest?
I'm pushing "Going Stupid" the hardest, but you kind of touched on "Don't Test Me."
Don't tell. I wanted to. I was gonna say that one.
Yeah, I
Personally, I
mean,
was
you
gonna
kind
say
of
"Don't Test
already
Me."
did that.
Okay, well, we'll throw some "Don't Test Me," and then we'll go with the "Don't Test Me" theme, and throw some "Going Stupid" on there because I mean, you know what happens when people test you? You go stupid on them, on
That's
some
fair
stuff like
enough.
that, you know. So,
That's
"Don't
fair
Test
enough.
Me" is that the freshest song that just came out, or
No, that was actually the follow-up to "Going Stupid."
okay? So, "Going Stupid" is the freshest.
No, "Going Stupid" was the first single.
Oh,
"Don't Test Me" was the follow-up single. Everything else has recently come out in like the last 2 months or so. Like they're just tracks to basically give the people other sides of me, but "Going Stupid" is the single.
well, we're gonna go ahead and throw some "Don't Test Me" first. We're gonna go backwards. Yes, I'm excited for everyone to hear the Missy Elliott Tupac Remedy franchise. You know, because I mean, even though those two are your influences, you're still Remedy regardless, and we want them to hear what you got going on. So we're gonna play "Don't Test Me" here on Unhinged Radio. Okay, it's about to go down. I'm excited. Are you excited, Remedy? Are you ready to hear your song?
Yes, that's what I was waiting for.
Well, we're going to get it cracking right here on locallivehouston.com.
Okay. Remedy the franchise, bitch. Y'all already know. They take over. Don't test me cause I do this. Don't test me cause I done it. Don't tell me cause I do this. Don't test me cause I done it. Don't test me.
Unhinged motherfucking radio. It's going down this lovely evening in H-Town. I bet you it's probably a little cold, but I mean, it is what it is. It's Houston. You get what you get. I'm your host, Insane, and today we have a special guest. Let me correct myself. All the way from Orlando, Florida, the homegirl Remedy.
Yes, sir. 407.
Hey,
but let me just say, I understand why you thought Atlanta. I did live in Atlanta briefly,
okay.
so I give you a pass on that.
I appreciate the pass. I know from now. I know now it's Orlando for damn sure.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I know we jumped into two of your awesome songs. How you feeling right now? You feeling good?
Yeah, I'm feeling very good. The fact that I'm, on the radio with, Houston right now, that's an achievement for me. This first time that I've been in this area, so I'm loving that.
Right on. Appreciate you sending the stuff. I mean, here's the thing. I've been doing the show. It'll be a year and 2 months. And it's these guys here at Local Live are really awesome. Like they deal with they know people have shit and they deal with people's shit, and it's like a family. When you're in this place, you're pretty much in this place. And I say that to say that they play all kind of music, man. I've heard all kind of stuff on this show or on this radio station. And I think that's what makes it like awesome. That's why they won the Houston Press Award for being an awesome fucking radio station. Because you got on here, when you come, you're like, is this the right station? Yeah, it's the right station. Even on my show, I play classical music. I don't care. Like heavy metal, hip hop. It depends on whatever we play. Like realistically, it doesn't matter. It's all music. We're all artists in here. So yeah man. And what I do know is that I'm gonna say this one thing. I'm gonna get right back to you. There are a lot of people who talk about what I'm an artist and I'm an artist. And then when you ask them to do artist-like duties, they kind of run around with their tails in their asses. And I appreciate the fact that you're all the way out in Orlando and you're like, hey, I'll do the interview, and you're here doing the interview. So thank you for that.
Well, thank you for asking. I mean, it's not, easy to do anything as an artist, but when someone is gracious enough to open their outlet to me to help me expand, I'm always extremely grateful for that, because it's so hard to get people to just offer that hand sometimes.
Amen to that.
Every opportunity to me is just another opportunity to meet great people and do great things. So I don't take anything for granted, and I just appreciate the opportunity.
It's all gravy. Like I said, they play all this stuff. Music. They'll be going stupid in this bad boy sometime tomorrow, and I could just see Jordan in here going stupid and retarded. I could totally see my homeboy doing some shit. Oh man! So going stupid. What was that? I mean, like when you did. What was that about? Like, what made you? It could be self-explanatory, but you're a poet, so it might not be.
No, I mean, it kind of was just, one of those songs that you randomly come up with. I mean, I had Slash Major is the producer who produced the beat, and I got the beat from him. And I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it at first, but it was obvious it had to be a club song. I mean, my gosh, listen to the beat. There's really nothing else that you can really do.
Yeah, respect.
I mean, I wanted a club song that wasn't derogatory, but it was still fun. So, Going Stupid just basically was my, happy medium.
Okay.
I have a club song that's not talking about, doing drugs or sexual activities, just, we having a good time
Yeah.
in the party, wilding out, like, pretty much. That's basically what it was.
That's what's up. It's good to have those kind of songs like that. I mean, it lets people know that you can have fun, even though you're grinding. Like, I mean, people think it's one of those things. Oh wow, you're a musician. They think it's like you're a musician. No, I work. Damn it, I work harder doing my music than I do at my 9 to 5. You grind that much
sometimes it
harder.
feel that way.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
most times your 9 to 5 is your means to do the music, so
Yeah, that's word. Yes, ma'am. Word on that one. So, in three words, Remedy, describe your style.
oh my gosh. Remedy the franchise. How about that?
That's
The 3 words.
that's what's up. Remedy the franchise. That's what's up.
3 words.
I like. All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. Remedy the franchise. Those are the 3 words. Yeah, I can dig that. All right, so who do you think? Because you say you like Michael Jackson. Do you like Prince?
Yes.
Now, who do you?
That's probably one of my favorite songs.
That song will never go out of style.
I agree.
Now, here's the question:
Still jam.
who do you think would get the most booty?
Oh my Lord.
This is an unhinged. See, that's I wasn't. There's a lot of questions that I wanted to ask. My show is called Unhinged because I have a bunch of crazy ass questions. But you got to get a feel from the people that you're dealing with on air and stuff like that. A lot of these questions I can't ask you. I can throw that one in there. Who do you think would get the most booty, Michael Jackson or Prince?
I think we all know the answer to that one. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious who might be the winner on that pair. No disrespect to Mike, but I'm just saying.
Oh wow, you think Prince will be the one?
You listen to the type of music Prince makes.
Okay, that's what's up.
I think there's definitely one that was more concerned with that subject than the other one.
Have you seen Purple Rain?
Yes, but I saw it when I was like, that was a long time ago.
Okay, yeah, Purple Rain. He was, Prince. He may have wore those little fruity ass outfits. I will give him that though. He walked in a room and every woman in there was like, you know what? I want some of that fruity looking nigga. I want some of that fruit stick right there, because.
I mean, he's Prince.
He's Prince, man. Yeah, that's what's up, man. All right,
Gets away with it.
he can get away with it, right? Jordan in the background talking about fruit sticks. Now he's gonna be going stupid, going stupid talking about fruit sticks. That's the homie, man. That's one of the homies. So let me ask you: are you married or single, or what's your status like for the guys out there in Orlando? Like, yo. I need to find out.
No, I'm single, solo.
All right, awesome. I myself am a married man. I want to send a shout out to my wife Mandy real quick. I didn't give her one last week. I didn't mean to throw it. I got to send her a shout out because I like sleeping in the bed. Just saying. So
I ain't mad at you for that.
Yeah, So your mixtape. Can we go ahead and tap into this now? What's the name of your mixtape again?
Changing Faces.
Changing Faces. Now the artwork that we have here for going stupid is that the artwork from that, because it looks like it's has 2 different faces on this right here.
Yeah, it was from the same shoot. But because Gone Stupid actually appeared on Changing Faces. But for the cover of Changing Faces, it's a different graphic. There's actually literally 2 faces.
Okay.
It's one half of the face is one expression and the other half is the other expression. And basically just showing that people have multiple sides to themselves, no matter what they say.
Now, do you have your website? Do you have a website?
Yes.
And it's because I'm looking right now and I want to check out the cover.
It's in the media section. If you go to the media section of remedythefranchise.com, you'll scroll down to the releases where all the cover art is. But if you're looking specifically for Changing Faces, it's easier to Google it because it's on all the mixtape websites, and some people are really particular about which site they go on.
So do I put Remedy the Franchise Changing Faces?
Changing Faces in Google and everything will pop up.
Okay. So what inspired that? What inspired the Changing Faces?
It's kind of just something that I felt I needed to do. Just because when I started rapping, I had an idea of what I wanted to be as far as being me. Like, I didn't want to become one of those artists that get turned into what they aren't.
I can respect that.
Yeah, so it's just something that I always was adamant about. And when I was working on that project, like I said, it was the first project that I felt I really took seriously as far as a business standpoint and a marketing standpoint was concerned. And I wanted it to be known that, okay, yeah, I make songs like Going Stupid, I make songs like Don't Touch Me, but I also make other songs, like I make love songs, I make songs about what's going on in the world. Like, I can do so many different things. Don't put me in a box.
I heard that. I
So,
heard that.
Basically what it was.
Ah, I found it. It looks nothing like what we're seeing here. Oh, okay. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Excellent. Excellent. All right. All right. So, and that's what you've been. How many songs are on this right here?
Changing Faces had 14 tracks. Going Stupid was one of those songs, and it was basically the standout song of the project, which is why it turned into a single. But I had a few projects off there that I feel established me as far as what I'm doing now.
Okay. Well, that's what's up, man. And how do you produce some of your own beats and stuff like that? How does that go for you as far as your music selection is concerned?
I have in the past. I haven't done anything that's been released where you guys can hear it.
Okay.
I have done it though, and I've worked on it. It just hasn't been something that I'm ready to throw out there yet.
Do you think it might? Now, this is just on some not necessarily top secret stuff, but do you think you might have a produced by Remedy the Franchise track on your new album?
Anything's possible, and that's pretty much all I can say.
We're going to keep it at that. Yeah, we'll keep it at anything is possible. That's respect. Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, it's a possibility.
Now, here's a question. There's certain questions that I ask everybody because I think they're really good questions, and everyone always gives me a different answer. Here is just a saying. What do you think about this saying? Before you embark on the path of revenge, dig 2 graves.
Hold on, say it again.
Before you embark on the path of revenge, dig 2 graves.
Wait a minute. What are you asking me?
What do you think about it? What is your interpretation of that saying right there? And you're a poet, so you might be able to give something
I mean,
deep.
yeah, to me, I'm trying to, I'm trying to see what that means. Like, what is that asking? I mean, what do you mean? How can I embark on the path of revenge and then dig two graves at the same time?
Well, what here's the where I got it from. It was from a mafia movie, and I don't know the name of it. I remember that saying, and the guy killed somebody's cousin or something, and then he went into some narration, and he said, "Before you embark on the path of revenge, dig two graves." And what I think it is that being that he did something to someone, in turn, that was the grave. You know, like he killed that person, so he had to dig that grave. But he had to dig another grave, which was for himself, because he hurt someone and he took someone's something, and so
I follow you now.
it's pretty deep.
Yeah, because I think it's kind of referring to karma now that you put it in those
There you go.
terms. Yeah.
I knew you were going to tap into the source.
Yeah. I mean, it took me a while. I'm like, what it?
That's all good. I got some crazy questions on
Yeah.
here.
Yeah,
So-
karma.
You grew up in the South. Are you familiar with ass whoopings?
Ass whoopings.
Yeah. Did you whenever you did
I-
something wrong, did you get your ass whooped?
I've gotten a hit here or there, but I never really was that bad. So,
Do you remember it? Like,
not. I mean, vaguely. My mom was never really like into that because she, my grandmother whooped them all the time. And,
Yeah.
Basically they don't feel like it does too much. So her approach with me was just like, you do what you're supposed to do. I ain't really got nothing to say, but if you mess up, then you're going to suffer. But she made me suffer like, I'm going to take away everything that you like. And to me, that was way more effective because for instance, if you take away my phone, I'm going to die.
Okay, so you had a phone? Damn.
Well, because I was playing sports and I was always gone.
Oh, okay.
So I needed a phone. So it was like, sometimes that would be the only way that I could talk to her because I was always on the road. And, but, oh my God, if you take away my phone or you take away my computer, like, I'm going to really suffer way longer than I probably suffer if I got a quick butt whooping.
Yeah, you don't suffer that much with a good stinging. Yeah, I didn't when I got my ass whooped a lot. But you're right. You take my music. It was my music, though. My mom took everything but my music, TV and stuff like that. So I would just sit there and listen to music. And I was on punishment. She let me listen to one tape. And you think that's like awesome, but it's actually torture. I listened to Black Sheep. The first one, Wolf in Sheep's Clothing, and I listened to that tape back and forth for 1 whole month. And yeah, it's pretty crazy. You think that's the ultimate torture right there. That's a punishment right there. Because Black Sheep is dope, but I mean, after you keep listening to it over and over and over again, yeah, that's what happens. So I have 1 minute before I jump in to some more franchise, the Remedy the franchise. I know I got your name right. I got one more question. You ready?
Yeah.
Now, you've been to Atlanta, and do you go back and forth home to New York?
No, I haven't been to New York in so long. The last time I was there was actually for a funeral. But it's been years.
Okay.
Pretty much my whole family moved.
So in Atlanta, what did you do stuff in it? Was it music incline when you did stuff in?
No, I was there for college.
Oh, okay.
I was there for college. So yeah, I was just there briefly, and that's pretty much what that was. It wasn't anything family related. So.
Okay. So the question is out there, what is it? What does an artist need to do? See, out here in Houston, it's really about your shows and stuff like that. The shows that you do and getting out there, showing face and stuff like that. What's and someone else was telling me I think in Atlanta, it was mainly open mics and stuff like that in order to get noticed and stuff like that. What is it out there that people do in order to, get themselves recognized, for a local artist who's out there in Florida listening in Orlando? What would they need to do in order to get started?
I can't really speak too much for Atlanta because Atlanta's a whole different situation.
Yeah.
I didn't really get a chance to really do much there because I was playing collegiate sports, so I didn't really have a life outside of that. And but from what I observed, I came across a few people, and like I said, Atlanta, their scene is kind of different. Like Atlanta really does support their own.
Yeah.
Seems to be pretty much that it's almost like an open book. Almost.
In Atlanta? Okay. What about in Orlando?
It seems to be like if you're right in the same place as somebody, you have like a chance to make a move, to me. Orlando is a little bit more difficult because of the fact that, we don't really have any major outlets here. Like, it's definitely not in Atlanta where, local artists can just walk in and get their songs spun. Like, they just walk, hand the song to a DJ and the DJ just play it. Like, their whole concept and outlook on their local scene is totally different from ours.
Okay.
Here is just a lot more difficult to prove yourself.
And so, what loops have you had to go through?
I basically, to be honest, I went outside of my city. And I actually found that they take you more seriously when you're making moves somewhere else. And it's kind of unfortunate, but, the reality is just that. You can sit here and stay within the city limits all day, but until you go elsewhere and make noise elsewhere, the chances of them really, looking at you and being like, okay, this person is X, Y, Z, it's just really slim.
That's good to know right there. That's good to know. Yeah. So now, speaking of music and getting in and breaking in and stuff like that, let's break in some more of these Remedy the Franchise songs right here. We played Going Stupid and Test Me. Right? What's the next song you want to go out there and you ready to play?
Oh, you guys can pick.
Just pick something?
Don't make me pick.
We can get some randomness going on over here. It's going to be Remedy the Franchise. Six more songs to play and like an hour left to go. So Jordan's selection is going to be New Life. Go ahead.
Okay, shout out to Twan D.
Is it Twan D or B?
Twan D, that's the feature.
Twan D? All right, shout out to Twan D. And this is New Life. We're getting ready to get it cracking right here. Remedy the Franchise on locallivehouston.com. It's going down.
Youngness Production. Ladies and gentlemen, what you are now about to witness is a classic. Remedy the franchise. Antoine D. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So put your glass in the air, 'cause we gon' make a toast to the new life. That new life, new heights. That new life, new heights. So put your glass in the air, 'cause we gon' make a toast to the new life. That new life, new heights. That new life, new heights. Sliding through the streets in my city. Bass bumping, you know what's going down with my committed rise up. Setting standards to take it higher. Been at it for a minute, now we on the hour. Understand it, what we got, we meet what they demanding. Taking off on our competitors landing. Just know we get it right. Here by the nighttime, you gon' hear it climb. Wanna press that rewind. Hold on, I put that glass in the air. Toast to the fact that I'ma make it out here. Taking my dog with me, 'cause they always been there. And if you feel me, with your hands in the air. So put your glass in the air, 'cause we gon' make a toast to the new life. That new life, new heights. That new life, new heights.
Celebration ain't no limitations. We popping bottles to tomorrow without hesitation. Ain't no debating, thanking God for my blessed seat. Let's get it straight, becoming great is what we strive to be. Alive to me is making moves without no discussion. And standing by your decisions, knowing the repercussions. You wanna see what's on my mind, check my timeline. 'Cause rhyming in real life, boy, it's a fine line. It's time to shine, and man, it's been a long year. But we still strong here, celebrating, surviving, and how we get it on here. Toast up your glasses, haters, we outlasted. Black tie fair, it's only for certain classes.
So put your glass in the air, 'cause we gon' make a toast to the new life. That new life, new heights. That new life, new heights.
Not 100%, but I mean.
Yeah. Y'all know what this is. Yeah. Remedy the franchise on the track, boy. Lady Slim coming in. Candice got my bag. PGC 90, I see you, baby. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hey, we coming like this. We coming like this. We coming like this, yeah. Yeah. Oh, hey, pull up in that whip like they pull up in your flipping on you tricks, spotting me while I share. Hold second thoughts, why don't you get it? They kiss running your mouth a little bit, give me your lips. So I'm pissed, 'cause I'm pissed. See, y'all little chickens got me big. That you bum, how you roll against? You want him riding this, better to repent. 'Cause you reckless, I'm totally your shit. That against you win. While I own mine, check my stack out. You don't think I'm ballin', call me Jerry, see the stack out. Hey, what these lame really talking about? Tryna talk to me, but they bank ain't catching out. Fill up on your liquor, so you can tell the truth. We in the streets where y'all from. Get a lead a stoop, see, this is how I do. When they copy what I do, I just bow. I ain't let it at yeah. Say we coming like this. Yeah, we coming like this. Yeah, we coming like this.
It's like it's slim, yeah, do it. Okay, I pull up in they dip when I pull up to the strip. Tell these to get over it, like to the swift. I never have a problem dismissing it quick. I be running for that money, your paper just stand stiff. I'm a baller, I ain't gon' call ya. You must regret the day, Natalia. Need a couple of bars, I got it for ya. They keep telling me, got nothing for her. No, I'm going off harder than the mother bros. And if I gotta smack a beat, I'm with it, but I'm never soft. But you're funny, bros. Slim is never falling off. You should keep your comments to yourself. You're better off. 'Cause don't nobody want it with me. I'm never back down, y'all be frontin' to me. We ain't talking about money, don't run it to me. I be laughing at these bros, y'all funny to me, huh?
We coming like this. Yeah, 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 we coming like this.
making jet moves. You say she ill for real, who you put her next to? Don't get a gas mask, put her on a pedestal. Cause she ain't good for this, better tell her eat her vegetables. And watch me on the grid zone. I let you set the table now, honey, I'm his own. Laughing at you naysayers, you give me motivation, so I embrace the hating. What's love? What's beef? Give him a hug, put him to sleep. Look like a dove, really a beast. I call it Rain Man, now we flooding the streets. Laughing at him, he would grin like a jack-o'-lantern. Me, I just rabbit had him. See, you rather have him. Me, I'd rather get money, I'm getting money. Y'all get back to napping. Come. We coming like we.
Unhinged. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Fine, lovely evening in Houston, Texas today. Over here downtown, locallivehouston.com. I am your host, Insane, for this lovely Unhinged show. And today we have our special guest all the way from Orlando, Florida, the home girl, Remedy the Franchise. How you doing, Ma? You there, Remedy?
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right. We didn't get a chance to hear you. How you doing right now?
I'm great. Awesome. Doing very well.
That's what's up. So, we know you're from Florida. Well, we know you live in Florida, from New York. Been doing music since you were 13. You have an awesome mixtape called Changing Faces. Is there anything else you want people to know about you, Remedy, real quick, before I start tapping into some more questions?
I need everyone to go visit remedythefranchise.com.
That's it right there.
Same thing.
Visit remedythefranchise.com. Yes. Now, what can they find there? Just as a couple snippets. You don't want to tell them everything off because then they won't visit, but you got to tell them a little bit of something so that they can be like, whoa.
Well, you'll find more about me, of course, in the bio. News as far as where I'm going to be soon, things that have recently happened as far as some nominations.
That's enough right there. Nope, that's it right there. That's it. Because then we want them to go to the website and be like, whoa, that's what I'm talking about. So, Remedy, you performed, I know you have. What was your first performance like?
My first performance ever really was I was actually featured on the song. That was my first time actually performing as Remedy the Franchise, though, and I just remember I wasn't as nervous as I initially thought I was going to be, but I just remember going, I hope the crowd reacts, and I hope they respond, and I just remember trying to psych myself out.
Okay.
So that I wouldn't, get up there and kind of fall out of my element. But, I got up there and, I said a prayer before I got up there and, got up there and just did what came natural. And luckily it worked in my favor, and I just had fun, and I just did whatever felt natural to me, and it was an experience that I ain't gonna never forget, because like I said, that was the first time that I stepped out as Remedy Franchise.
Yeah,
gonna do this live.
I had a artist here that came not too long ago. He's a really awesome dude. Shout out to the homie Cap the Don. He's really knowledgeable. It was you listen to his music and he's like raw Tupac, Thug, raw music, good music, but it's raw. And then you talk to this dude, and it's like, wow, man, like, wow. And so he said one thing that I think I want to start asking artists or people come to my show. Do you think that your first show can determine whether you want to stay into this game or not, as a performer or as an artist?
Once again, that's kind of a subjective thing. You have people that live and die off of one experience, and then you have people that take certain situations and use them in a positive way to help grow.
Yeah.
But I mean, of course, you're gonna have those people who will get out there and they might not have the response that they were looking for, and then they say forget it.
Right.
And then you have other people that are gonna go home and be like, okay, what did I do wrong? I need to go work on that.
Right. Now, was that something that you did? That I definitely did that.
Yeah.
My first show, I was like, people were telling me stuff, and I was like, okay. And the next show, none of that shit happened. They couldn't tell me none. They were like, wow, it was a good show. It was a great show. Yeah, my first show was like, woo. But my second show was like, you know what? I got you, motherfuckers.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always looking for ways to improve. Like, I don't necessarily even have to have other people tell me certain things because I'm like my biggest critic.
Respect.
And I'm really harsh on everything that I do. And so if somebody videotapes something and I go back and I look at it, I'm like, oh my God, that really looked awkward. Like, I'm the type of person who's like gonna make a mental note. Okay, that didn't look right. Don't do that. Like, or you need to do a little bit more of this or a little bit more of that, or like, just try to always look for something that I can do to make it better. And like I said, so in regards to that question, it's kind of just a situation. It depends on who it is.
Okay, all right, that's what's up, man. I mean, it's definitely it's one of those questions that I think should be asked. I think when someone does their first show and they get off stage, I think someone should ask them, "Yo, how do you feel about that show? How did you feel? Now, are you ready to continue this? Because then that saves people from booking some fucked up artist, or because I book. I book myself. I do a lot of promotion stuff like that, and it is like it's difficult because there are some people out there who, like we said earlier, who just don't want to do it, and I think that should be something that is should be addressed to motherfuckers on their first show. So hey, man, now you want to keep doing this?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I don't know though.
Now, how many times have you performed? Like, rough ballpark figure. How many times have you? No. Let's take that back.
Oh my
Scratch
God.
that one. After that feature, what was your first show like as Remedy the franchise? Did you go by yourself? Like, you were up there by yourself, of course, but did you have a couple of features and stuff like that, or was it mainly just Remedy the franchise?
It was my first time. It was my first time doing the whole thing by myself, and the girl that took me there, she's like my big sister. Now she put me on my first show was with her, and the second time I performed, she came with me just to support, and she was just telling me, just get up there, just do your thing, don't worry about it, and it was good. I mean, I looked out in the crowd, and they was rocking with me, and it made me feel really confident about what I was doing.
Okay.
Just to see them out there dancing and reacting and going with me on it, like, because I think one of the worst things that you can get as a performer is a crowd that is not responding to what you're doing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean that definitely could be a killer to the confidence, but yeah. So
it's I mean, I think that is something that people should be aware of even before they, do anything like that. Like, hey, you're going to be nervous and the crowd might not respond and stuff like that. And, how do you feel about that? I think it's crucial. Of course, no one's going to do that because we live in a society now where if you're not hard, you got to go home. All pun intended.
Yeah.
And it's kind of sad, but it's just the way that we live. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, did you? How was the response when you finished the show? What was that like? Like, did you get people coming up and saying, "Man, wow"?
Yeah, and I wasn't even old enough to really be in the club, so it was like a lot of older people that had been doing this for a while around, and to just walk around and get nothing but positive feedback and people telling me they like my music. And now when I look back, it's like I'm looking at it going, man, I could have done so much better.
Yeah.
But at that time, I guess, I was younger and the music that I was making wasn't as polished. But, I mean, nevertheless, that's something that you want to hear.
Yeah.
That I like your music and keep doing what you're doing. And, you're going to go far. You're going to be something big. And that's something that has kept me going throughout everything that I go through is the fact that, when I do go do these shows, that I can walk out knowing that people felt me.
That's what's up.
So,
yeah, man, that the little extra motivation to keep you. Yeah, shit, yeah. All right. Well, Remedy, I had a really, really good time, with you on our show, and it's really awesome. Is there anything you want to say to people before you roll out? Before we even give out more of your contact information, is there anything a message you want to give out there to people, or what you got to say? What are your final words?
I just want to encourage everyone to progress. Whatever it is that you're trying to do, do it in good faith. Make sure it's from the heart, and just stay with it, because it's going to be a lot of negativity coming your way, people telling you that you can't, people telling you that you need to stop and do other things, and, just whatever it is that you want to do in life, just know there's a way to do it. We all just got to find a way we want to do it, and that's something that I want all my franchise players, which is my support base, to strive to do, is to, whatever it is you want to do, progress in it and do it from your heart. And like I said, visit remedythefranchise.com so you can get more of a feel for who I am and what I'm doing and what I've been doing. And, tweet me, whatever you want to do.
Now they can find that, right? They can find all of that information at the website, remedythefranchise.com.
Yes, I have all my contact information is stemming from there. But if you're in a rush,
yeah, let's give them the rush codes real quick.
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter under The Real Remedy. I can also be added on Facebook under The Real Remedy Music. Also, subscribe on YouTube, The Real Remedy TV. SoundCloud, I am Remedy the franchise. And I think that's it. Oh, yeah, Instagram is Remedy the Franchise there, too.
All right. I like how you broke that down. They can go to the .com, but there are a lot of people like, I want to go to .com. I want to go on Twitter. So now you got...
you might be on Twitter right now, so go ahead.
yeah. Just hit the follow button and get in and keep in touch with the Remedy the Franchise, or The Real Remedy on Twitter, for those who need to know. All right. We have like 4 more or 3 more songs that we need to play, or 4 more songs. Yeah, 4 more songs. that we're going to play as we're winding down, things like that. What's the latest and greatest? You got any shows, any events that you want people to know about before we roll out, Ma?
The main thing right now is I am nominated for 3 awards this year at the 2013 As One Awards. This is going to be held in Tampa, Florida, February 23rd. And right now, voting is going on. So if you go to remedythefranchise.com, please make sure you cast your vote. I am nominated for Best Female Artist, Best Single, and Best Video. And voting ends on January 31st. And I also just found out, like just now as we were on the phone, that a collaboration that I recently did called Sound of Trumpets is an inspirational song. And it's some of my Orlando-based fellow artists are on it. And it's Chuck D featuring me, CC, and Red Dread. And it's an inspirational track, has just been nominated for a Best Video of the Year award at the Newsome Awards. So
fantastic.
Yeah.
Congratulations. See, these are the things that we like to hear, progress from our artists and things like that. Like they're making some kind of moves. And that's awesome. Congratulations on that. That's what I like to hear. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right then. We're gonna go out, get out of here. I gotta go home and spend time with my wife and my kid. Well, my kid's with his mom, so it's my wife and my mother-in-law. Shout out to my mother-in-law, too. You're awesome. And you can find me at maniacalmelodies.com. Maniacal with the K, melodies with the Z.com. Unhinged. Oh, also make sure that you follow, Unhinged Radio on Twitter. Make sure you follow Local Live Media on Twitter. And, yeah, that's how we, and Maniacal Melody on Twitter. Remedy, you're awesome. Thanks for coming. Well, not coming. Thanks for spending 2 hours of your day with us to let people know what we need to know. Looking forward to hearing more stuff from you. And thanks for being a guest on Unhinged Radio. You still there? Jordan's awesome. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we get back. Remedy, you there?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for coming by. We're going to get the fuck out of here, man, because that was my sign, but I want to make sure that everybody heard all of us signing out. Jordan, you're awesome for getting us back on. Yeah, Unhinged. Tune in next week. Actually, tune in after this and keep tuning in. Just don't even turn the shit off. Just leave your computer on locallivehouston.com. These guys are awesome. Remedy, thank you. This isn't the last time. Please believe it. We're going to hear more from you. I know that. You have.
Indeed.
You keep doing what you're doing, Ma.
Thank you. I will.
We're going to sign out. Local Live Houston. This is Unhinged Radio. locallivehouston.com. We're out of this piece, man.
Gone, acting like I had too many sips of Patron. Fools ringing my phone, asking where I'm at. When the bass start bumping, say I hit them right back. Now I give them that crack, yeah, I give them that good. When they went school up, and they gripping that.
legs on it. And if they know my team, better get your mind right. Cause we know the harm no who ain't got his mind right. Yeah, right. Let me tell you.
Don't be talking loud, I'ma make it leave. Better close your mouth, this ain't what you need. Don't be talking loud, I'ma make it leave. Better close your mouth, this ain't what you need. You don't know it better. You don't know it better. You don't know it better.
Y'all see, they gon' test me, been made it clear. They say what they don't know, so you know why they scared. I hate I can't bear, I don't give a care. Step up like the whip, and they all just stare. I've been here, running this game. Only best man is the ones that's lame. Jealous talking about how they quick gon' bang. Tell a trick quick, up and ate a thing. That moolah, that money, result from my hustling. Them junkies, I do it all legal, man, the feds can't catch me. I'm out here paper chasing, so that broke won't catch me. I'm on that mission and my duty is to get paid, so I can live it up and make upgrades. I feel it too straight. I need to change my bank eating, so I need to make some more change.
Don't be talking loud, I'ma make it leave. Better close your mouth, this ain't what you need. Don't be talking loud, I'ma make it. This ain't what you need. You don't know it better. 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 You ain't by that drama, bitch. Your mouth just do the numbers. Please don't let the nails fool you. Quickly lay you down and do it. See me, I stay in your lane. You ain't gon' bump. I got that aim. I'm tired of loving pain. The hood chick is in my veins, but I'm not your ordinary. I hit lit. I ain't still, that's what I carry. Keep it in my Louis baby swag. Here's my Louis rag. As a souvenir, a superstar, you can't get near. What you rapping? Keep it stepping. You just effing. Walk a flick, get split. Drama's what I'm bragging. Telling me stay calm, I'm on that Red Bull and rum. I'ma show up, then again I leave bomb. You show up like a drum, then I'm gone. Tom. I'm quick to tell her, come and get some. Me and Remedy, so now I put us in the top. Wanted chicks, cause we down for the ride. Don't be talking loud, I'ma make it leave. Better close your mouth, this ain't what you need. Don't be talking loud, I'ma make it leave. Better close your mouth, this ain't what you need. You don't know it better. You don't know it better. You don't know it better. You don't know it better.
TMD Productions.
Yeah. You already know what time it is. Yeah, Remedy the franchise. Y'all know on the track. TMP, where you at? Track set. Stay, let's go. Yeah. I'm trying to see what's at. Only you broke. Ain't in the stage like that. Better watch your back. Cause it where it be at. Be on it live. Let me see, let me hold some. Forever, don't want my outcome. Stage like that. Better watch your back. Listen, cause it where it be at. Yeah, have to talk cash. I'm trying to see what's at. Only you broke. Man, when the stage like that. Better watch your back. Cause they where they be at. Stuntin' like, yeah, this man, I'ma bag that. And if a bro get mad and out of line, I'ma snatch that. I don't care who you mad at. I got cheese, so you already know that's where the rat's at. And that's fine, I got on my own time. No regrets, no need for the rewind. Not into dealing with the snake kind. I'd rather die before I get in the flowers, the blind side. Telling them never for what those die. I be a game on the ones who coming because I know why. Guard up, cause they gon' try. They be gone when I wanna run dry, so I say just I'm trying to see what's at. Only you broke. And when the stage like that, better watch your back. Cause they where they be at, be on it live. Let me see, let me hold some. Forever, don't want my outcome. Stage like that, you better watch your back. Cause they where they be at.
My people's head is by blood. That's how they moms brought them up. On top of poverty, the devil got them hung. On On top of jealousy, security is none. On top of imagery, your own ain't enough. You better watch your back, that's where the stabbing's at. You better stack your status where you're living at. Don't worry about mine, cause I'ma overshine. You better know your friend, that's the starting line. Bottom line, know your rules and regulations. All these religions or brother separation. I'ma be patient, a wife from a distance. Cause trust, no, I thought that I should mention. Whoa, I'm 10 steps ahead of you. You always gonna fall short cause you're miserable. Pitiful, I had to pull your hater car. Miss B, your remedy is gonna give it to you raw.
I'm trying to see what's sad. You broke, better when the stash like that. Better watch your back. Cause it where they be on the line. Let me see, let me hold some. For real, cause I won't like the outcome. Stash like that. You better watch your back. Cause it where they be at. See, I got mine, and my side doing fine. See, they act like it's a crime, won't never get a dime. So quit banging my line. You know you ain't my kind.
See, I got mine, and my side doing fine. See, they act like it's a crime, won't never get a dime. So quit banging my line. You know you ain't my kind. Be on the line. Let me see, let me hold some. Better get around, cause you won't like the outcome. Let me see, let me hold some. Better get around, cause you won't like the outcome. Let me see, let me hold some. Better get around, cause you won't like the outcome.
Stash like that, better watch your back. Cause you know that where they be at. Heard you talk cash, I'm tryna see what's sad. You broke, better when the stash like that. Better watch your back. Cause they where they be on the line. Let me see, let me hold some. For real, cause I won't like the outcome. Stash like that, better watch your back. Cause they where they be at. Heard you talk cash, I'm tryna see what's sad. You broke, better when the stash like that. Better watch your back. Cause they where they be on the line. Let me see, let me hold some. For real, cause I won't like the outcome. Stash like that, better watch your back. Cause they where they be at. Hey, when I slide though, ask what they gon' do, homie. They just on that ignorant shit. I make it do what it do, but they got it confused, homie. They just on that ignorant. Hey, when I slide though, ask what they gon' do, homie. They just on that ignorant shit. I make it do what it do, but they got it confused, homie. They just on that ignorant. Okay, y'all roll up, styling on a million, looking like I'm Missy in the status that they really want, but they got it misleaded. Cause why them boys fiending, I just do it cause I can't shout it, not because it's needed. Cause I make to get a beat, everything it is. Never mind how your partner be drooling from his lips. It just come natural, drop another hit. Now the irony would be talking how y'all on that ignorant. Cause it sound like you don't it. Obsessing about my image, shot it, you should not condone it. Tryna copy the swagger, shouting at how much you want it. How about you keep it real instead of tryna clone it? Cause you can never be who I is. Struggling, tryna imitate what I did. See, that's okay if you inspired by the kid, but if you swagger jacking, homie, you just on that ignorant. Hey, when I slide though, ask what they gon' do, homie. They just on that ignorant shit. I make it do what it do, but they got it confused, homie. They just on that ignorant. Hey, when I slide though, ask what they gon' do, homie. They just on that ignorant shit. I make it do what it do, but they got it confused, homie. They just on that ignorant.
Slim slide through on some boss music tip. Get in the tape, but don't knock it. At the end of the day, your boy like it. Why? I'm a star in the sky. Be on your reach, put your hands up, push 'em real high on that ignorant. Remy got me franchise this beat. Okay, ask yourself what you gonna do. Nothing. Say something. Ray charging on you. Yep, I don't see nothing. Hop in my right, turn the beat right up. Foxy Brown, I'm definitely just Inglewood and Orlando nuts. Like to be in my trunk, thumb hood, swag mad, bad now, beat it. Michael Jackson, all you swag jackers, I ain't even mad at you. Pop 2 times for the money, villain, one more time for the boss in ya, for the boss in ya. Pop 2 times for the money, villain, one more time for the boss in ya.
Money villain, one more time.
Hey, when I slide though, ask what they gon' do, homie. They just on that ignorant shit. I make it do what it do, but they got it confused, homie. They just on that ignorant. Hey, when I slide though,
that white beer. Alright, Jazzy, let's get it. Catch me in the two-seater, turn headlines to backseaters. Jazzy is a track beater, beat that track in a white beer. Y'all want it? Come see her. Speak the word like a preacher's preacher. Got more knowledge than a teacher's teacher. Getting love from your people's people. Sweating on me, I don't see these people. Busting out hits like a desert eagle. Ball hard with a budget keeper. In more clouds than a ball eagle. Swag fly, I'm looking over people. Aim high for my soul to see it. Why lie, my soul can see it. And why hide, I can see ignorance. Swag fly, I'm looking over people. Aim high for my soul to see it. Why lie, my soul can see it. And why hide, I can see ignorance. Like swag fly, I'm looking over people. Aim high for my soul to see it. Why lie, my soul can see it. And why hide, I can see ignorant. Like
Hey, when I slide though, ask what they gon' do. Homie, they just on that ignorant. I make it do what it do, but they got it confused. Homie, they just on that ignorant. Hey, when I slide though, ask what they gon' do. Homie, they just on that ignorant. I make it do what it do, but they got it confused. Homie, they just on that ignorant. Hey, when I slide though, ask what they gon' do. Homie, they just on that ignorant. I make it do what it do, but they got it confused, homie. They just on that ignorant. Remedy the franchise.
Paramount,
Get it all. Took over my city, now that's one down. My team reppin', callin' my first down. Wanna make a move, give me that rundown. Don't pull a stunt, boy, it'll go down. Took over my city, now that's one down. My team reppin', callin' my first down. Wanna make a move, give me that rundown. Don't pull a stunt, boy, it'll go down. Took over my city, now that's one down. Boys yelling, wanna get a rim to run down. Take a look at my circle, see there's no clowns. You think they keeping it real? Tell them move around. Bounced up, sliding through my city streets. Made a solo, but we rolling in my city deep. Cannot let you ride, cause your sword creep. So no benefits from here, y'all lie. I don't see the purpose. They be talking down. Quiet till they get out of sight, then they talking loud. Got them all nervous when we come around. Got the alarm for the ones who need that sound. Took over my city, now that's one down. My team reppin', callin' my first down. Wanna make a move, give me that rundown. Don't pull a stunt, boy, it'll go down. Took over my city, now that's one down. My team reppin', callin' my first down. Wanna make a move, give me that rundown. Don't pull a stunt, boy, it'll go down.
My mind is overwhelmed. The smoke got me concentrating. The birth of the king. The lyrics is ovulating. The party on the I-4, VIP on the 4-way. I don't follow rules. I won't bow down, man. I dominate. I sit like I'm Rondo. Yes, I fight for my team. I work for myself. The American dream. Say hello to the bad guys. They hate cause I'm too fly. I'm a jaywalking boss. They see in a Levi G Polo ride. I'm not like the rest. Don't compare me to none. Say she liking my groove, but fell in love with my tongue. My team's in the huddle. Yes, the players a franchise. I'm Captain Kirk of the game. The world is my enterprise.
Took over my city, now that's one down. My team reppin', callin' my first down. Wanna make a move, give me that rundown. Don't pull a stunt, boy, it'll go down. Took over my city, now that's one down. My team reppin', callin' my first down. Wanna make a move, give me that rundown. Don't pull a stunt, boy, it'll go down.
I'm hollering first dong like it's Tecmo Bowl. Alaska flow, my wordplay is stone cold. Austin, you are now listening to Mr. Boston, and I'm with the franchise. About to do somebody talking, cause there's too many suckers in the way. First down, I'ma make the play. Barry Sanders on you sucking me. You know what it is, oh sucking me. Now I get it great, like 6 o'clock. Sold a can and I pop the top. I was born with no brakes, so I can't stop. I can't stop, I won't stop. Now Chopper City, Juke, Orlando, it's our time. I'm rolling me a swisher, chase it down with some wine. Moscato out the bottle, so you know I'm about to clown. T the dog remedy, boy, you know we about to put it down. Yeah,
Took over my city, now that's one down. My team reppin', make a move, give me that rundown. Don't pull a stunt, boy, it'll go down. Took over my city, now that's one down. My team reppin', calling my first down. Wanna make a move, give me that